welcome to LexTalk World Talk Show presented by Clickway Creators. Today I would like to introduce Mr. Ahmed Kandil. He has started his career with healthcare industry in 2004. During his tenure, he had the chance to support near 80 different markets in Middle East, Africa, and Asia in healthcare compliance, risk management, finance, commercial, and project management. Currently, he works for Bausch Health Companies as regional head of ethics and compliance and looking after Turkey, Middle East, and Africa region. He is a certified lead professional, ethics and compliance from Ethics and Compliance Initiative USA. Hello, Mr. Ahmed. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for the introduction, and hello everyone. So I'm very pleased to meet you during our conference, and I'm looking forward to have your questions and interactions, and I'm
Right.
looking forward also to all together to interact and have a very good time to learn.
Right. So before we get into this, could you please brief us about your journey as a compliance professional so far?
Actually, so compliance professional is not a standalone function. So it's a cumulative experience you need to gain from different departments or even in your day-to-day interactions. And then you're going to be ready to work in this career. So as you just mentioned, I started my career back in 2004 in finance in GSK Egypt. And after that, I moved to different role within finance organization, commercial and strategic project functions in GSK Egypt, Middle East, and Africa. So after that, I got the opportunity to work in Africa in the sanction export controls implementation in Africa. Following to that, working in implementing the ethics and compliance program for the first time in Africa. Following to that, I got the opportunity to lead the ethics and compliance program in North Africa and Saudi Arabia. All was in JSK. Following to that, I got the opportunity to lead a new model of the ethics and compliance, which is medical devices industry for the first time to me. I moved to Johnson and Johnson and back to pharma and medical devices. I joined Bausch Health Companies as a regional head ethics and compliance, Turkey, Middle East, and Africa in 2019, looking after the medical devices, pharma, and consumer products.
Wonderful. So you have a great journey in the healthcare business, I think.
Thank you.
So lovely to have you. So my next question is, how can corporate ethics and compliance add more values to the organization, especially in the healthcare business?
Yeah, actually, so I'm usually getting this question when I'm delivering trainings to my business colleagues. So they are always asking me, so why company is hiring you and paying you salary and investing in your travels and training? So what's the benefit that's happening to the company? And sometimes you're saying no for some business initiatives. So this is my always answer. If the company wanted to ensure the stability, consistency, and growth, it needs to manage its risk in a very proactive way. And compliance program is the only tool to help the company to identify the risk areas before their occurrence and being issues facing the company and exposing the company into a significant legal risk or even reputation risk. So what we are doing, as I just mentioned, we're helping you to identify the risk. We're helping you to develop your written standards and having procedures in place. We're helping you in developing a robust communication plan, training plan, and in addition to that, we monitor the business, okay, as a business partner before any audit. Following to that, after identifying the gaps, we're having the experience, okay, to guide you, advise you how to create your mitigation action plans with ensuring the root cause analysis. So this is the compliance package or the compliance combo, if you wanted to call it this way, that we can offer the business to ensure the protection and the protection or the protection shield to any organization.
Definitely, I completely agree with you because your role is quite important for the organization, especially in the healthcare business. But yes, compliance is very much required in other businesses also. So my next question would be, how do you look at corporate ethics and compliance in 2021, and what changes do you foresee 5 years down the line?
Yeah, actually, so to answer this question, let's think what we used to do in the at the end of 2019 and the beginning of 2020 before the COVID-19 pandemic and lockdown. Okay, so as compliance people, okay, we used to have, standard interactions. Okay, so when we're assessing the fair market value of any interaction, we spent a lot of time and efforts to understand how much we need to pay for each service or for each interaction to avoid any violation to the FCPA or anti-bribery and corruption regulations. But after Corona, we moved into more online or virtual interactions where everything has been changed, the communication has been changed, the value transfer that we can offer definitely for legitimate business justification to healthcare professionals or government or organizations has been changed. So we used to sometimes physically sponsor them. Now we are virtually sponsor them. So how to manage that? How to perceive that? Okay, what kind of personal benefit that can be perceived if we transfer this value? So the whole drama has been changed. So that's why during 2020, as compliance committees, industry codes, we met together several times to try to draft and develop the new ways of working. So what I can say in 2021, we will move more to the virtual compliance support. So rather than desktop support, we'll move more to the virtual compliance support, which is can lead us in the next few years to move the whole compliance program into the artificial intelligence. So I'm expecting very soon to have some kind of software can give you the compliance support, can give you the compliance monitoring, can give you the training, can propose to you what needs to be done. So very soon we'll move to the artificial intelligence business model, in my view.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yes. So, are you also adopting this new virtual compliance system in your organization?
Yeah, we're doing that. We started to do that in some cases. Monitoring, for example, monitoring, training, due diligences. So we're using the softwares and systems. Maybe later on, okay, so we can move to automatic system to gather all approvals and validate the documents and do all that stuff. So this could be the future.
Right, absolutely. So, Ahmed, my next question would be how we raise our business partners' capabilities towards ethic and compliance agenda.
Yeah, this is a very good one, actually. So first of all, this selection process. So I need to have a third party or distributor with the base that I can build on. Okay, so I need to get a third party with a valid, clean due diligence. So having the due diligence for distributors is a must in my view, and most of companies are doing that. Second step, so the pre-approvals. So the contract should ensure the rules and responsibilities for the company and for the distributor, what needs to be done. In addition, okay, we need to rate their capabilities and let them understand our business conduct, okay, and the anti-bribery and corruption. So to understand how we operate and what's not accepted before we even start working. So after that, okay, so we can integrate their systems to our systems or have the same level of system controls, include them in our training programs, include them in our communication programs. So definitely where it's relevant to them, because here we have some confidential information we cannot share with them, but so definitely we can share with them the information that we can share, include them on our annual certifications. Furthermore, the due diligence we're conducting to them, it's not one for a lifetime. So we have to repeat the due diligence at least every 3 years. So to ensure that they don't have too many changes affecting the due diligence without reviewing them. So, and also the monitoring programs, as I just mentioned, in compliance program, one of the main elements is the monitoring. So since I'm monitoring my business people and the distributor is acting on my behalf, so definitely we have to include the distributors to our compliance monitoring agenda.
All right. And what is the best approach to identify companies under risks and mitigation actions?
Yeah, well, we're having here different approaches. Okay, we have, so here we're talking about risk assessment for sure. So we have different approaches based on the company maturity level. We have the subjective approach and we have the objective approach. Okay, so the objective approach, which I really recommend to the companies with less maturity toward the compliance program. So we develop to them a survey or multiple questions. So we're addressing the risk areas from compliance, from management point of view, and distribute this survey to the people with very specific answers. So we're asking about the controls and the magnitude of impact. So based on that, we're having risk assessment. Okay. So after the risk assessment, we can have some kind of workshop with the management team with some base, okay, which is the survey, and start to develop the mitigation action plans. So this is the objective. Okay. The subjective, which can be used for the more mature organizations that used to have a robust compliance program for a long time. So it's all about discussion. Okay, so we all sharing the responsibility. So we have, for example, the anti-bribery and corruption. It's an open discussion. What do you think? So where we are. So do you think that the SOPs we're having is sufficient? Do you need more SOPs? Do you think that we're delivering the timely and right trainings to people, or we need to include more people? So such discussion can identify gaps or potential gaps. Okay, based on that, the people also understand how urgent and how important this risk to be mitigated. And also after that, we can have some kind of workshop to create the mitigation action plans, and the mitigation action plans shall ensure the root cause analysis. I'm filling this gap now to correct and to avoid the occurrence of the same gap on the future. How that can be done? Okay, I need to ask the 5 whys questions. What happened? Why? At the end, I identify the main reason or the real reason for this gap. By that, I fill it out and I ensure this is not happening again. Because if it happened again, it could be more significant and cannot be afforded.
Right. So after listening all this, I must say you have a most promising and challenging job in the organization.
Yeah.
Right. So it was a great chat with you, Mr. Ahmed. Thank you so much for sharing such great insight with us. And we look forward to having a chat with you again in future on some other trending topics in international legal business.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care.
Our viewers, if you like this chat with Mr. Ahmed, please like and share this video, and also subscribe to Clickway Creators YouTube channel to appreciate what we do. And you have more coming from industry leaders. This is Abhishek for LexTalk World.